What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. Alright, y'all. Picking up just a bit after where we left off last time. I went ahead and named some of our characters for some of the subscribers in the comment sections who made requests. So, okay, who did I name recently? Alright, so my buddy in real life, he asked me to name someone Thelonious. Probably just messing with me. But we don't have any more male characters, so I thought, you know what, the antiquarian needs a name. Thelonia is kind of a female name. And yeah, she's going to be around for a long time. We're going to keep her to make us all the cash. So I thought that was a good fit. Who else? My buddy as well, who helps me with my Discord and my Total War videos, Triari. Went ahead and gave him our Grave Robber, who's also a pretty good character. We need to get rid of Fading, though. That's an awful... You know what? That might actually be worth getting rid of. See how expensive it is. It's not that expensive, but if it locks in, it will be. I'm avoiding unnecessary expenditures like that. But while we have the time, she's going to be crucial in certain boss battles. So let's make sure she doesn't have something that detrimental. You know what? Maybe we even look at Stefan. Ooh, we need to unlock another slot if that's something we want to do. The treatment ward, but it's pretty far down the line. Treatment ward slots. We would need 20 busts. Yeah, we're not even close. Okay. I just remember Stefan has lazy eye, which is awful, but it is locked in, so that would be pretty expensive to change. Who else did I rename? So we got our first bounty hunter in the last episode. That's going to be Jake Abbott, and that's for Jacob, who writes some of the best stories, any like fan fiction that I've ever read in the comments section for my Battle Brothers series, and he's awesome, and I'm super happy to have him take the bounty hunter. It's even kind of a cool bounty hunter name, like almost like a graphic novel bounty hunter name, Jake Abbott, like the Punisher or something. And then we also have, who else? Where's Kata? There he is. So Kata, another guy from the Battle Brothers campaign, another subscriber. I appreciate you, man. And we've got you in as the leper. And this is a great leper. I mean, he has, natural eye is garbage. We can get rid of that. But natural swing is great. Just having a +5 accuracy is amazing. But we're ready to go, guys. I think all I wanted to do, I checked the guild already, but I wanted to do this on camera. Let's sort real quick and bring up Nurgle here and give Nurgle some better gear. Alright. So we're going into the Cove. I think I already have trinkets on. I may not. I may have taken them off. But this is going to be our first Cove run. And it's short. It's going to be fairly easy. But once we level all of these 4 up, we'll start knocking out boss fights. We'll start getting the district unlocked and the blueprints for that. And very soon we'll go into the courtyard as well. Once we get to kind of that, I think you can bring in level 3s, and that'll make it much smoother if we can bring in kind of like the max level people for the supposedly apprentice level dungeons. And this is a pretty cool item. Anyway, the Cove, guys. Let's provision. This is our group, Bounty Hunter up front. I went ahead and switched out his skills. One of the best things about buying higher level characters and why I prioritize upgrading the Stagecoach is when you buy a level 1 character or level 2 or level 3, they already come with the upgraded equipment, which saves you a ton. And they also already come with all of their skills unlocked and upgraded. It's huge. They don't get all their camping skills. That would probably be a little bit too overpowered. But just that in and of itself, I mean, to unlock all your skills and then upgrade them once, and then to upgrade these 2, you know, your weapon and your armor, that's thousands of gold. Thousands and thousands. So anytime we get a chance to pick up a higher level character, we'll try to. And that's why I prioritize that, because at the end of the day, it's all about saving money for us at this point. So let's provision for our first Cove run. A fish on 2 legs. Test the strength of this new menace. I like our group. We've got lots of stun synergies. All 4 of our characters can stun. We've also got some bleed if we need it, and just a good amount of healing. So we'll take a full stack and a full stack of that. 2 shovels, 2 keys. Holy water. Might want to take a second anti-venom. You know what? I'll hold off. I think one of each of these 4 particular things is fine. Could almost bring laudanum as well. I think there are things in the higher levels of the Cove that cause lots of horror. But horror is one of those kind of late game effects where a lot of the enemies start to apply that to your heroes. It's an awful stress-related debuff. Alright, let's get in there.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Thank you, sir. Wayne June hitting us with the truth. Alright, so we've got to do 100% of room battles. Once again, the game has given us no choice but to go all the way down one hallway, then back all the way down the other. So let's just do what we got to do. Makes no difference whatsoever which one we take. Luckily, we dodge a trap there. And we've got Brett in here too, the Abomination. You guys will get to see firsthand how the Abomination works. This is a good party for him in his human form, let's say. If you've never seen him before, he transforms into this incredible beast character. However, there are negatives to it, and we're going to try to diminish the negatives whenever we take him in a build that's designed around his beast form. This build is more designed around his human form. Okay. And just like that, we do get horror applied to us. Okay. So let's check out their resistances. They're pretty resilient, the Eldritch fish people. They're resilient to bleeds, but stuns and blight works really well on them. And this guy's, of course, human, which is kind of weak against everything. We can try and stun. Stun there. So what horror does, guys, is it does stress per round. Let's go for the double stun here. Nice. So next turn, we won't have to worry about that. And then we'll also go here and uppercut for the stun as well. Boom. This guy's got the stun resistance for right now. So let's just go ahead and heal our A-bomb. Perfect. They're so much faster than us. Now that they all have that resistance. We definitely want to kill this guy. Super scary enemy. And now let's use our bile. Get that fat stack of blight. 6 damage over 3 rounds. Go for a Noxious Blast. These two are DPS. This guy's more of a caster character, the Pelagic Shaman. None of them are stunned, so we don't have any increased damage. But what we can do, we might actually just be able to get a kill here. This attack still does quite a bit. And this one does increase damage versus humans. So we also have Come Hither, which is an attack that we can use to do damage and pull, and then it marks the target. But I think we have a chance here for a kill. Nice.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
It's rough because they're fast and they're going to get a chance to kill us. This guy is dead. He's got the dot on him. Does he still have stun resistance? He does, for one more round. I think this is fine. Just get that kill.
No quarter.
So his other ability, which is amazing, is he lowers his stress and heals himself. If anyone is going to get horror applied to them, we want it to be him. He can just straight up out-heal and out-stress heal through it. This guy still has his stun resist, eh? He hasn't gone yet. Alright. We're just happy to get the stun on him. That's good enough. Let's go for Finish Him. Finish Him's also good because it can hit the 3rd row.
Destroyed.
Perfect. And that kind of a kill is going to give him a nice buff. You know what? Let's just use a torch. Could have done that earlier, probably, for a little bit of benefit. Damn, that was risky. We could have just got some heals. So, his turn's over. Apply some bleed. We'll heal and get rid of some of this stress, because I think our bounty hunter has got this kill. 70% accurate, 70% accurate, 6 to 12 damage, 8 to 15 damage.
Eradicated.
Yeah. Alright, good haul.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And you see here, horror is persisting. Alright, so we come across our first ever Cove curio, and it's a big rotting fish. I think this is a way to get food, if I remember correctly. And you've got to, like... Does it get food? I don't remember what it gives you, but I'm pretty sure you have to use herbs. Otherwise, you get some sort of disease or something. Wow, look at this stuff. We did get food. I don't know what the odds were of either thing. Let's just get some free heals. Call that good. Alright, good timing on the torch also, letting us use it right as we walk into a room. And yeah, there are still some eldritch humans. Well, they're not really eldritch humans, but they're acolytes, cultists, that I was thinking of. We can give them blight. We can go for the stun. I like doing the quadruple stun. And because they're surprised, we can do some damage, do the stun, completely waste all their turns. We even have some redundancy here. Like, if this doesn't land, we still have a stun with our bounty hunter.
The promise of safety.
But now we have finish him. It's actually good that our bounty hunter is slower than everyone else. This will probably kill this guy. But I would much rather kill her if I can. Keep the stress down. Yeah, that was rough not landing that last hit. But we did a little bit of damage here, and we didn't take any. And I went ahead and unlocked that ability. We might be able to just get this kill. Let's blight him. I went ahead and unlocked his stabbing ability. Makes him a little bit more versatile if he ever gets shuffled around. He still has that melee attack, and it's pretty strong, or she does, rather. Always forget the Plague Doctor is, in fact, the lady. Okay, let's just get the kill. We have a much better odds. If you look here, it shows the percentage chance that we land a hit, and it was about 10-12% better. You know what? We can get the stun, do a little damage. He'll probably die from the bleed, and then we get the benefit of free torchlight. So I think that's the better play. Start lowering his stress. Good dodge.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
So what do we have here? We do a Noxious Blast. Not great. We can use a heal. We can try and stun the guy in the back. That'll work. And then go for the kill here.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Good thing we stunned him. He was faster than us. And we'll get some self-heal from that. Okay, we can't hit him there. Can't hit him at all, so let's just do a heal.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Very good. So this thing, this is a giant oyster. And I think you have to use a shovel to pry it open, which is cool because they gave us a free shovel when we first came in here.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and
It's
the
basically like the
foolhardy
Cove's
alike.
version of a treasure chest. Alright, a backpack, more treasure. Ooh, and another journal. So we picked up a dodge stone. We'll probably just put that... The bounty hunter's already slow, so let's just put that in the last slot. And that'll free up another space in our inventory. So the blackest of fates. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description, and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off, and its own twisted a cord and sprang onto Bolin, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. Yeah. That is the Shambler. We will kill him one day. It's a pretty tough fight, but if you're prepared for it, if you're in good shape, if your people are leveled well, it's certainly doable. Okay, no room battles here. Couldn't possibly have known that though. But how cool is the backdrop of the cove? Just very like Cthulhu, you know, underwater temple feel. And as we get more into the story of Darkest Dungeon, like why these places exist, and how our ancestor had a hand in the creation of these places, it's gonna get pretty wild, and it's gonna get pretty dark. And these places and these battles will take on much more sinister.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Especially once we start facing the bosses. The bosses are really where you get a lot of the story from. Okay, I remember this. I think this is another thing where you use a shovel to like knock the barnacles off. I could be wrong. I don't want to waste a shovel though. But I'm pretty sure you have to knock the barnacles off. It's like a barnacle crusted chest. No keys. It doesn't have like a lock. But we do want to make sure we have at least one shovel. So I'm happy we got an extra one. Because I don't remember what like the possible good effect is, but I do remember that you can get a bleed effect. Like the barnacles cut you or something like that. Alright guys, new enemies here. We have the Deep Stinger, has high dodge and high speed. It also stuns, if I remember correctly, and it's resistant to stunning. It's a jellyfish. And the Drowned Thrall, who is by far the most dangerous enemy in this first place. It explodes. Super similar to in Total War, the Vampire Coast. They have a bloated corpse unit. Nice. They stunned the one that already went, so that's good. And the bloated corpse looks just like this guy. He runs straight at you and then he explodes. So killing him before he gets a chance to explode. He does it after a couple turns. Go for the stun and the free light. And we want him to target the A-bomb. His ability to heal himself is great. That kind of sucks. What is that? I don't remember the worries. Plus 30% stress. That's awful. That's really bad on an A-bomb. Dang. Because now I kind of want to transform, but I can't. It'll stress him the hell out. Oh man, what rough timing on that. Nearly one shot at the Deep Stinger. Okay.
Be gone, fiend.
Nice, solid crit. We may have to get rid of that. It's probably it might be one of the worst like illnesses or diseases that an abomination can get. It's really bad. Man, look at these crits. Cool, and we pick up a free item.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Flagellant's Hood, or the Heartburst Hood. It's for the Flagellant. It's part of his whole, like, you know, get super low on health and get stronger shtick. We're not going to cure that bleed. We don't really need to. And here we go. Here's the other, and I think the last of these types of fish people that we haven't seen yet. There's also a giant lobster thing. That's really tough. But they have prot. They protect other units. Really, usually best to ignore them and focus on the shaman, which is what we're going to try and do. Let's go for the double stun. Which is great because they're probably faster than us in every other regard. And he's got 25% resistance to stun. That's not terrible. But another full stun lock on the first turn feels great. And we can go for a kill here. We got 33% extra damage on that attack. We could probably just use the Abomination's Vomit to kill him next turn. He's only got 2 HP. And a Blight is really strong versus enemies with protection. So that's worth noting. Let's go for this. Could have got the kill and prevented the 5 damage. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. We'll probably use her ranged attack. So he's got a bunch of extra damage, accuracy, and crit. And I think that seals the fate for both of these guys unless they get a heal. Let's mark him, pull him forward. Go to hit him. That'll heal the Vestal. And that's a pretty dangerous attack with those buffs, but we resisted the bleed.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Perfect, just how we drew it up. And stress wave on someone with no stress, it's not that bad. Does he still have stun resistance? He does not. Still resisted it though. That should guarantee that kill for us. And now we can just focus on healing. Let's go for the party heal, hope to get a crit maybe. So he's going to guard, which is awesome, because it's not going to prevent the Blight from killing him. And whenever you stun someone, it knocks off those types of protections. So that's really worth noticing. And Blight and stun is a really dangerous combo, or really just stun in any other type of dot. We'll just help him heal up. Finish him. Not a lot of damage. Super high protection.
A decisive pummeling.
So we're at 10 damage for 5 rounds. It'll kind of lessen as time goes by, but this is great.
The wounds of
He'll die, we get a chance to heal up and reduce our stress.
But never
Go for another party heal. And that tops us off perfectly. Use collect bounty.
Slowly,
Down he goes.
gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright, we'll toss this journal for the gold. And we finally get a scout. I've been hoping to show you guys a secret room for a while now. Alright, okay, so another one of these new curios for us. This one does something weird. I'm trying to remember what it does. I don't know. I don't remember which thing to use. Let's look at our health, hit points. I know it doesn't give you treasure, so I'm trying to remember if it like has a chance to cut us or causes blight, or if it heals or does stress relief or something like that. So now I'm looking at who has the most stress, and it's definitely Brett. I don't remember what interacts here. Let's see what happens if we don't use any interaction. Nothing happens, so I mean that's probably the fairest thing. Oh my god, a boss.
Youth, twisted
Okay.
and made merciless.
First things first, let's get our dodge as high as we can get it. Guys, this is the Collector. I think they've nerfed him in recent patches, or more recent patches. He used to be incredibly difficult. 70 HP, not a ton, right, for a single entity, but he is crazy strong, and the best way to defeat him is to put lots and lots of dots on him. So we're going to hit him. Bleed would also be good, but Noxious Blast is really strong as well, and it lowers his accuracy. So here's his first ability that he uses every battle. He makes Highwaymen, Vestals, and I think the other one is the Men-at-Arms. And he makes them in like weird different combinations, but they're these creepy little like floating spines. They have pretty high resistances. You really just need to like kill them. They don't have a lot of HP. We can stun them. And if we're going to stun them, we want to stun the Vestal to make sure she doesn't heal him. But if I remember right, he can just make more even if you kill them. He's probably immune to being moved. No, he has 25%. Okay. So we could pull him forward. Or we could go for the finish him here. Nice. Okay, no more heals for him.
Masterfully executed.
Really awesome hit. We can't hit him in the third position, unfortunately. We can try and stun him, or we can just go for a standard attack in the front row. What's his stun resistance? His stun resistance is pretty high, so let's ignore that. Nice that we landed the bleed. Great to get that blight going. He's got less accuracy, and his blight resistance is lowered. So he's just going to keep using this, and if we just kill one of them every round, it might force him to want to keep doing that. So these guys actually do pretty serious damage. Excellent dodge. Super creepy. Really want to kill her before she does any type of heal. If she hadn't dodged that, we would have just gotten the kill for sure. Doing good. Gotta keep chipping him down. And we're gonna need to heal, obviously. We may even want to use a bandage here. Very good, more blight. Let's go for the kill before this dude gets to attack us.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Good. I was hoping he would hit Brett instead of hitting our boy Jake. Alright, here come the rest. And I think once we kill him, the rest of them disappear. That's really weak. But it did get rid of his last 2 points of bleed. So it was essentially like a 3-point heal. Okay, he resisted. No attacks for him. Oh god, lifesteal. Yeah, we're really not set up to fight this guy very well. It's back up to 28. None of this is very good. Happy to see that crit though, that's huge. Man. Get the kill there. We might have to transform. That's super bad. He's now being protected. If we stun him, though, he loses it. Nice. And we even shuffle him forward where we can finally get him. He has no blight resistance.
A momentary abatement.
Let's do it. Alright, we can take the stress for right now. So he's going to get increased damage. We have Rake, which hits multiple enemies. Has lower crit, lower damage, but it buffs himself. His Rake gets stronger and stronger the more he does it. He also has Rage, which is a little bit less accurate, but has a huge crit bonus of 7.5. And then he has Slam, which debuffs the enemy's dodge and speed and knocks them back 2. 80% on that, 85% there. And Rake is 90%. It'll hit also the Man-at-Arms, but I'm not nearly as worried about that as just doing damage. We've nearly got him. And I'm happy with the way he was shuffled. Almost dead. 6 HP. Alright, start raking. Perfect.
Is often blind to its own peril.
Huge crits. She crit the attack and I think she crit the heal. Beautiful. So that felt pretty rough. And whenever he de-transforms or untransforms, everyone gets a little bit of a stress relief. But we picked up the puzzling trapezohedron, and the colors shift and change with the light. It's worth 3,500 gold. Makes the boss fight pretty cool. I don't think we can put this on anyone that's not a flagellant, which kind of sucks a little bit. But maybe we can... What can we throw away? Well, we could just use some holy water, I guess. Pick that up. We've got another fight coming. Oh, we don't have any room for busts either. Alright, let's get rid of the bandages. And we're going to eat some food. Just making sure that we have at least 4. That way if we get a hunger check, we have enough to eat. What are our debuffs? Increased stress. Okay. This might even be the last battle. Ooh, and a sea maggot. It's only got 5 HP, but that's because it has 75% prot. But the Plague Doctor is the perfect dude to kill him because his blight does 5 damage. So this thing is dead already. Really convenient. Let's go for the stun here. Nice. Stun there. Ooh, we can't hit the back row. I don't know why I thought we could. It's alright, let's just heal. Really no bad options there.
Another one falls.
Perfect. Just like we drew it up. Unhappy that he gets to use 2 stress waves, but get rid of the DPS here. He'll die next turn. We don't have to do anything else to him. Unless he gets a heal. But with the extra range for finish him, we'll hit him there. And finish him. Very good stuff. Barnacle Barrier won't save him. And we can just heal and get rid of some of this stress. And a crit on that is awesome. We get minus 11 stress. Cool. And we land the bleed despite his
death.
pretty huge bleed
Unforeseen.
resistance of 60%.
Unforgiving.
Does he still have... He does not have stun resistance anymore. Perfect. So we can take advantage of this just in case we need to. We'll heal. Just keep getting rid of our stress. A-bombs, lepers, crusaders, they're all really good at self-sustain. We'll just beat him down. I think if we had used our, yeah, it was a close thing. We could have used his blight attack. Might have been a little bit better. We'll heal, get rid of the bleed, and I think we still have the kill. 2 damage. We only need to do 3 damage. Nice. And the stun as well. Just like that, everyone's topped off. And we have one more room. So we're going to continue adventuring. We're already here. We're already supplied.
Is it merely a trick of the light?
We get a nice scout. There's no point in going to the last room, but we did want to see what the curio was. There's nothing here, and there's an obstacle, which means it would just take a shovel. But we're going to use this shovel. We now know that that's the correct thing to use.
If
And
only
we're gonna pick
treasure
up
could staunch the flow
stuff.
of otherworldly corruption.
Plus 5% prot. It's not bad. It's definitely worth the 1 speed trade-off, but it's only barely. So that's it, guys. That paid off. And now we're done.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time.
Not so bad for our first Cove run where we got ambushed by the Collector. Good loot, too. All told. Plus, you know, if you consider that we're going to sell all of those, you know, I think we picked up 2 items. If you count this one, 3. So we picked up 3 items that we're probably going to end up selling once we get better items. So 13.5, add like another 2 grand to that. Pretty good haul for a level 1 dungeon that got us a good bit of experience. And now she's up to level 3. She has nervous, that's not good. It's satanophobia. We need to get rid of his disease as well.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
Yeah, we still have a mosquito problem. So let's visit the stagecoach first and see who's shown up. Ah, nice. Okay. We get our first jester and our first musketeer. Musketeer is an arbalister, but just in a different skin. With different attacks. I actually don't know if they're any different. I know their attacks are different, but I don't think they're stat-wise any different.
A champion markswoman. Keen for a new kind of challenge.
And then the jester.
He will be laughing still at the end.
I love that. It's one of my favorite quotes. And what do we have here? Increase the size of the roster. We'll definitely do that one more time because we're currently full. Yeah.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
We'll get more deeds, and then I think we need deeds to upgrade the blacksmith further. But we can reduce the cost of weapon and armor upgrades, so we're going to do that.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
Nice. I love these quotes. That's why I always shut up when I hear them, because like nothing I'm going to say is as cool as anything Wayne Jr. is going to say. Okay, we don't need any of that. All right, let's check out our guys. Let's sort them by stress. And we managed to make it out of there without much stress, actually. Brett needs to go in here and get rid of the worries. $650, small price to pay for that. And because we're going to use Boisette, I'm not sure how you say that name, but because we're going to use her, we can afford to put her in here if we would like to get rid of that. Or we can see which one of these we can get rid of. Nervous is... No, Nervous is not cheap. See how expensive this is? That's nothing we want. And she's going to be around for a long time, so, I mean, we could potentially lock in something that was great. Calm is pretty crappy. We'll leave it there for now. No reason to spend more than we need to. What we need to do now is figure out where we're going and with who, and put together a party. We'll go into our items. Let's unequip all trinkets. Perfect. We had the life crystal on the A-bomb in the last run. I don't know if I went over that. And we also had his lock of patience. So he had, you know, a lot of extra HP, and then a high chance that if his stress had gotten to 100, an extra 10% chance that it would have been a virtuous result. Okay, let's see where we're going. To go back to the Cove, I was kind of hoping to go to the Warrens and maybe do like a medium apprentice run. But that is not what the game suggests. They want us to do a veteran run with level 3s, which is kind of dangerous. I prefer to do it with level 4s and just give myself that little bit of an edge. Sunshine in the Thicket. I'm not sure what that town event is. I don't remember. But a Gambler's Charm is pretty cool. And it's a different type of quest. It wants us to activate 3 infested corpses. And it's a medium link dungeon. So sometimes these are awkward because they want you to bring supplies along that take up a lot of space in your inventory. And it can make it awkward to try and get rich off of these. But I do like Sunshine in the Thicket as a positive event. And then we also have here the Knight's Crest, which is a really good early game item, specifically for the Crusader. It's just straight up 10% HP for him. So that would be sending us back to the Cove. I don't hate it though. Give us a chance to use our new Musketeer. She has Warrior of Light, which is perfect for the way that I like to play. Change the outfit a little bit. Oh, I like that. And then Stress Eater, also a pretty weak negative quirk. Her abilities... Sidearm's okay if she ends up getting shuffled. Skeet Shot gives you Torch. I want Patch Up so we get a little bit of extra heal. I like Buckshot. Smokescreen. There's a marked synergy with her that's really good. Aim Shot is kind of like her standard attack. Buckshot does an AoE in the front line and does some like switching around. Smokescreen's a debuff. Call the Shot is a mark that also lowers dodge and gives her huge increased damage, plus 50% and extra crit. So you mark someone, you shoot them. I think you get the idea. And then Sidearm just gives her increased speed, does a little bit of damage. But if she gets shuffled to the front lines, she still has an ability that she can use, unlike most of these other ones. So let's get rid of that. Oh, she's level 0. Dang, she didn't come at level 1. Had she been level 1, we would already have all this unlocked. Yeah, I was misreading that. Still good to bring her in, though. Let's bring in Boisette. Who else? Let's try out our new characters. The Jester. Ooh, he's also level 0, which is kind of rough. You want his Inspiring Tune. It reduces stress and buffs people. Finale's kind of a big thing with him. He does bleeds. He does lots of AoE bleeds and single target bleeds. And he moves around a lot. He's also great at buffing with his Battle Ballad. And he's great at releasing stress, as I said already. So, who else do we bring? Let's bring in Kata. Bring in our Leper. And bring in... This could be kind of just a quick gold run. We could bring in our Antiquarian, Thelonia. It's a lot of kind of backline characters. She's not bad in the front. Nah, she is bad in the front. She can't use half her abilities. Could do like a Battle Vestal. That could be cool. No reason to do that though when we have other characters kind of just waiting to go. Tiberius, perhaps? Okay. I think that's fine. Tiberius is good. We'll smash some more fish people in today's episode. 35 HP, 31. It lowers speed. See how much that is for her. +5. But on Kata, that's +7. And he's already slow as hell, so it doesn't really matter. I like it. Reduce her dodge and give her more damage. That's pretty cool on her. And increase her dodge and lose speed. So we basically are only losing 1 speed with these 2 items in the inventory. Man, but we also have this, which is just for her. So some bigger crit and bigger damage. And this increases range skill. Yeah, we have a lot of good items for a musketeer. But anyway, guys, we'll call that good. And let's go into the Cove. It's provision now. We're making gold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just want 2. Just want 2. We're making gold and we're leveling up. Maybe just 1 of everything. Maybe 2 herbs. I think herbs are important. Could consider bringing 1 laudanum. But, I don't know. I generally can fight against stress. Let's embark. We've got a good group here. Really strong front line and a really strong back line. Musketeers and arbalisters make up some of the really strong compositions. One of my favorites, someone asked me in a comment section what my, I think it was Behemoth. I think you asked me what's my favorite group. And I think I told you it was Quadruple Jester, which is a really fun one.
Out.
It's called Fools Rush In. It has a name. But probably my favorite one that is the most viable in all situations is Heavy Metal. And I think it's Arbalister, Vestal, Crusader, and Men-at-Arms, if I remember correctly. And it's just this really incredibly strong front line and back line combo where you get a lot of damage, but you also get... What do you have? Let's get rid of you. You have a damage buff. You also get a lot of sustain as well. And we'll use Hue on our leper and get that kill. Perfect.
Continue the onslaught.
Good man.
Destroy them all.
Alright, I don't mind a heal. I'd rather him heal this weak guy than go ahead and, like, increase our stress. Yeah, just shoot you now.
Confidence surges as the enemy
Probably could have used the
crumbles.
pistol and got ourselves a speed buff.
The light, the promise
Take advantage of this.
safety.
Get a little bit of free healing. Free stress relief. And some free torchlight.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
One of those decent items to increase our dodge. We just stick that on the Vestal. Okay, another one of these. It didn't do anything last time. Eerie Coral. Let's just go down the list of stuff and see what works whenever we use it. It could be bandages to like protect our hands from being cut, or it could be anti-venom because maybe there's poison on there. I don't know, but we have an extra medicinal herb that they gave us for free at the start. Let's try that. Wow, it removed sickly. I don't even remember which one that is. Remember that, guys. 1 medicinal herb in the Cove can get rid of negative traits. Man, you could almost grind the Cove then. Hoping to see those things and getting free, you know, nearly free quirk removal. Alright, we know the deal. Kill this guy first. Madmen have to go.
Knowing uncertainty, the birthplace of dread.
Okay, shoot him. And then we'll also use the Vestal to try and attack him as well. Oh no, that sucks. Okay. We have no stun. Damn, we don't have his stun. He has like a shield bash that he does, but we don't have it. So let's just reduce our stress. Increase our dodge. At least we can stun him now and set it up for us to kill him next turn. And just do big damage to this dude if we hit him. Alright, he's fast. Perfect, and I think that's just straight up our dodge kicking in and saving us here. Yeah. Twice in a row is not a coincidence. Let's get Retribution going. Mark ourselves, maybe they'll start attacking him instead.
Press this
Awesome,
advantage.
good crit.
Give them no quarter.
Do a little AoE shuffling.
Destroyed.
Bam. Chop does so much damage. Nice. Retribution coming through and being useful.
As the fiend falls,
Tiberius.
a faint hope blossoms.
Okay. Resistant to stun right now. We could just go for a little AoE heal. We're not going to do much damage. This gives us some torch. Just check it out, see what it looks like. Pretty low risk thing. We got a little bit of stress clear, a little bit of torch, and if anyone had been like invisible, we would have revealed them. And I think it also cleared his mark. Let's buff ourselves. So this lasts for the entire battle. Look at that buff. 20% prot and then all those resistances. It's huge. Let's guard her and give her increased crit.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Oh, that's the one that's a... Oh, I keep forgetting, guys. So he has the ability to guard. We don't have all of his abilities unlocked yet. But it does give an extra buff if someone is being guarded. This just straight up gave her crit and accuracy and stuff, which is going to be nice to hit this guy. Would have been cooler if we would have critted him. Yeah, we need to finish this fight quickly. That's basically the game's way of telling us, I think you're trying to cheese us. And if you keep doing it, we're going to punish you by sending a whole, like, extra group to come and attack you. Damn, we missed, but we still got the speed buff.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Nice, let's try and kill him this turn so nothing bad happens to us. Buckshot will probably do even more damage. Okay, cool. Would have been nice to get one extra heal there at the end, but that's alright.
This expedition at least promises success.
Whoa, what the hell? We're going to continue adventuring. We're not going to leave just now. I know what this thing does. You have to put holy water on it. But I think it's a damage buff. And they just gave us a free holy water. So this is extra damage. Or this one gave us... Yeah, it gave us extra damage, but accuracy and crit as well. Wow. Look how long this dungeon is. We finished it already. We could just leave and get the quest rewards. But we've already made quite the investment. And we see this here. 50%, 60, 60. Let's do it with Kata, because even if he takes the stress, he can heal it off of himself. And we might use 2 of this food here. Not 100% necessary, but it's taking up space in our inventory and we don't need it. Alright, we'll do it again. Yeah, it got us that time.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Free torch.
The The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Damn, that one got us though. The
Ambushed
stress on
by
her is
power
rough.
invention.
Also lowers her dodge and speed. There's a hunger check. We'll heal up. You always want to have food in amounts of 4. I'm really just hoping to keep my torchlight high and get like a secret room or something. It's all about making money here. So now a hew or buckshot probably kills both of them. Nice. Just like we drew it up, guys. And we knew we could get away with that simply because we surprised them, and there was no way the shaman was going to go first, get any type of heal or anything like that. Okay. Well, at least we get some of our light back. And we can reach. Perfect. And we picked up an occultist item,
Foolish
the cursed
horrors.
incense.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Very interesting. Probably not something we're going to use, especially in the later portions of the game, and we don't even have
Another
an occultist
mariner,
yet,
another misfortune.
but we're looking for one. So what did we use last time on this? Medicinal herbs. I think we got 650 gold.
Fortune.
This is much
Waiting
better.
to be
Wow, and it
spent.
just straight up replaces the herbs. That's nice. Good haul. I mean, jade's only worth 375 a piece, and citrine's only worth 250. But it gave us multiples. We'd love to see some rubies or sapphires or something, though. Man, empty sack. A map? Take that. Better than a trap. Damn right. So one more fight, and another curio. And a trap I didn't see.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Okay, hopefully the last curio isn't something that needs a shovel. I don't think we have any easy way to kill the sea maggot this time. Last time we were just able to poison it and one-shot it. This time, not so much. Let's keep the light high and just try and burn them down fast. Now you get to see them attack. Gross little jerks.
In
Sweet.
Radiance, may we find victory.
And I think we'll use buckshot here to get the kill, maybe put a little bit of damage on the maggot, and we shuffle the party around, which is awesome. And he buffed a guy who's stunned, so that's awesome for us. The Q. 2 HP. We can see what like a standard shot can do. It has a chance, but I'd rather just go for this hit here. There we go. 1 damage. Down they go. Alright, let's hope this is all worth it, because we picked up a lot of extra stress. I mean,
These
more jade and
nightmarish
citrine.
creatures can be felled. They
750
can
and
be
another
beaten.
portrait. And another pack. If this has something inside of it, that would be awesome. And another journal page. Even more jade. So day 1 of the Highwayman's story. The Journal of Darius. Rare are travelers on the road this autumn. And rather than starve, I pressed my last coin into the hand of one who dealt in rumors and shadows. Ravens carried cryptic notes that there was a person or persons who was pledging coin for services best left unmentioned in a hamlet I had never heard of. I am packing to leave immediately. And I think that's it. We go in here and it's empty. So well
At
done.
last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
We picked up a lot of random stress at the end thanks to those traps. Enough so that it would almost be worth it to try and recuperate in town. The worst part about this is if you'll look, I mean, we made almost no gold off of this, and we picked up almost no heirlooms. This might be the worst run I've ever seen in all my time playing the game. But we did level up some of our lowest level characters. We picked up quick reflexes on Kata, that's great. Probably even worth locking in. Skilled Gambler's pretty trash, Mercurial's not terrible, and Curious often leads to really bad things happening when you're walking down a hallway and they see something they want to touch.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So, really cool event here. We get a blueprint, like an early blueprint, called, this is the event Cornerstones. The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. I don't think this is an accident. This is either scripted, it could be, or we just got lucky and got a really awesome early event. District buildings. The hamlet is growing and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. So the idea is, I thought that we had to get our first blueprint. Once you find a blueprint, I thought that's what unlocked the districts. And if I remember right, the first blueprint I almost always get is from the first boss in the ruins. So I was kind of counting on that to time it well. But I think, like I said, if that wasn't scripted, we just got very lucky. And now we can finally take a look at, it's nearly the end of the episode, but we can spend a few minutes looking at districts. So district currencies. Most district buildings require blueprints and heirlooms to build. Blueprints are dropped when bosses are killed. See, that's what I'm saying. Color of Madness districts require shards, which are earned in the farmstead, which we haven't done yet. The mill is unique in that it requires memories. Memories are mostly dropped in the Endless Harvest quest by killing the Sleeper, so an incredibly hard boss at the end of it. People just always die, but we'll get into that when we get there. It's really not as bad as it sounds, but it's a tough boss. It's just very time consuming. And it says, note, to gain access to all district buildings, you must purchase the Crimson Court DLC and the Color of Madness DLC. So, the mill, we could go over all of this, and maybe we will. So the mill is something that we need memories for. Not super hard to get if you just kind of grind the farmstead a little bit, but it removes hunger checks. So you get to hold on to the food that you buy at the beginning of your runs. Geological Study Hall. Gem inventory stacking increased by 1. That's kind of cool, but pretty expensive. And shards. Increases the buffs on holy water. Adds a stress resistance buff from the Tainted Well. Miasmal Orchard. Adds effects to antivenom and to medicinal herbs. Red Hook, just something you buy if you're trying to show off, but 750 crests, and you'll have a ton of those by the end. The bank, this is what we want, guys. Most important thing that we can get in this playthrough is going to be the bank. It's going to catapult us into the future, allowing us to get 5% interest every week. So, I mean, 5% right now is about 2,000 gold, which is not a lot, but in our last run, I mean, we only picked up like 7k or something ridiculous. So once we get to the point where we have 100,000 gold in the bank and we're getting an extra 5,000 on every run, it starts to snowball. And very quickly we're at the point where we've got, 200,000 gold in the bank and we're getting 10k extra per run. And it's just effortless. And once we get to that 200,000 mark, we'll just start spending. We'll start spending like crazy. We'll lock in buffs, or quirks rather. We'll lock in the good ones. We'll remove the bad ones. It won't even matter how expensive they are because we know we can afford it. And we'll be very self-sustaining at that point. The Cartographer's Map makes Torchlight more beneficial. Look how expensive that is in crests. It's pretty crazy. The Granary, you get plus 15% healing while eating, and some food is granted for free each week. That's great. It saves you on gold, and it saves you, when I use kind of those foods randomly throughout it, well, not randomly, but throughout our run to give us that little bit of extra healing, 15% goes a long way over the course of a long, long dungeon. Puppet Theater, idle stress relief in town increased by 10 per week. That's great. It's kind of what we're relying on right now. Once again, it just saves us gold, and it makes it so that more of our people are available throughout the weeks. Sanguine Vintners. This is, in my opinion, the second most important. Some could argue the first most important, depending on how your run is going. Building in the district. So 2 bottles of blood is given to you each week for free. It takes 80 busts to get it, though. It's not that hard. You get a lot of busts, I think, in the courtyard. But you need this. Once all your people start getting infected, and that does happen, and it can come out of control, there are things you can do to stop it. And we'll get into that when we get our first infected person, because the game will also try and give us that information. But just know that if you're playing along at home, I would recommend making the bank first, because at this point here, Sanguine Ventures isn't going to do anything for us. We're almost halfway there in terms of the portraits we need. How many do we need? We might not be quite halfway there. So 55, and we could convert. If I thought I could do it right now, I would convert all of these into portraits, and we would unlock the bank right now. But we can't do that quite yet. But we will prioritize picking up portraits and then exchanging them as soon as possible. So let's probably save that for the next episode. I think that'll be done. I think we'll have the bank by the end of the next episode, and that is an early bank, and that's going to help us a lot in this playthrough. I would expect to go through maybe 4 or 5 more weeks before I'd be able to get the bank, and we're going to get it right now. So House of the Yellow Hand, and this is where we start getting into the ones that give buffs to particular heroes types. And you can kind of see here, I don't have to read this all out loud, just take a second, you can read it. Some of these are particularly great. Healing skills being buffed on Vestals, for instance, is huge, and the crit chance on our DPS is great. More accuracy for certain characters and HP is awesome. Jester's one is also pretty good. Curio's heal 15 stress. This is amazing, but it's 110 deeds, which is quite a lot. Yeah, in my other playthrough right now, I think I'm on week 94 or 95, and I have every building built except for the Red Hook, which is the one that's like purely ornamental. And I think I have enough to build the mill, and I just used all of my shards. I don't think I have any of these 3 actually, the farmstead, but I do think I have the mill. I'm just missing these 3, and I think it's because I spent all my shards on items, on the cool weapons that you get. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go ahead and unequip all trinkets, fill up our inventory, and we'll be able to sell. We'll probably sell almost everything here. We'll keep the life crystal, we'll keep this, and a few other things. But we'll probably sell most of that to start getting that interest rate rolling. And you know, like I said, at that point, we'll be able to go into the gypsy shop, and if we want anything, the Nomad Wagon, we'll be able to buy just whatever we want. But guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett, and I hope you stick around, because I'm about to do a knock-knock joke, courtesy of my children. So, knock-knock, who's there? I am. I am who? You don't know who you are? There you go. Hopefully that brightens your day a little bit. Silly knock-knock jokes. I got plenty more, guys. Look forward to it. I might have to get like a book of puns too to kind of like switch it up. But anyway, y'all, once again, my name is Brett. I am restless, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.